Hi, my name is Brandon Collins, and I am the Corporate Executive Chef for Unilever Food Solutions North America. And today we're gonna make a quesillo, or queso Oaxaca omelet. It's literally just queso in a pan. We're gonna get it nice and crispy on the outside, and we're gonna roll it up. But we're gonna stuff it with lobster roll filling. In Oaxaca, there's this amazing street food cart that does these beautiful quesillo omelets, is kind of what I call them. They stuff them with tasajo, which is the salted beef that's prevalent in Oaxaca, and some onions. And it's absolutely delicious. It's one of the most amazing things I think I've ever eaten in my life. And since it's not prevalent here in the US, I figured why not put a little bit of lobster roll filling in. It's that time of year, and it's absolutely delicious. Who doesn't love a lobster roll, right? So we're just gonna make a really simple lobster roll filling, but we're actually gonna use the flavors of Oaxaca. So we have about 1/4 cup of diced onion, 1/4 cup of diced celery. Add lobster that's been cooked. It can be frozen lobster, just as long as it's chopped and cooked all the way through, you're ready to rock and roll. We're gonna add some cilantro. And then another big thing whenever I was in Oaxaca was the flavors of cumin and the flavors of cinnamon or canela were very, very prominent. So we're gonna add that to our lobster roll mix as well. And then lastly, the star of the show, the piece de resistance, the Hellmann's extra heavy mayonnaise. We're gonna add about 1 cup of this. And we're utilizing the extra heavy because we're going to heat this up, right? So we want that stability to be able to withstand the heat as it's going into the pan. We're just gonna stir this up. All right, so now that our lobster roll filling has sat for a little while and let those flavors bloom, we're gonna actually make the quesillo omelet. So we're gonna start heating up our pan. And while that's getting hot, we're gonna actually spray a little bit of pan spray. I use pan spray just because I find it a little bit easier to coat the whole bottom of the pan. And remember, we're cooking cheese, right? We don't want it to stick. We wanna give it as little shot as possible of sticking to the pan. And then we're gonna take our queso Oaxaca, and it's the original string cheese, right? So it shreds. And there's amazing, amazing people in Oaxaca that are constantly shredding this cheese regularly on the side of the road in restaurants. Just an absolutely amazing cheese. I love it. And I really, really love it whenever you cook with it. So we're just gonna put this right down in the pan. Not a ton of cheese, right? You don't need a lot. We just wanna start to fill it up. And as you'll see, as it starts to melt, it releases any water that's sort of left in there, and it'll start to melt and kind of coat the whole bottom of this pan. So think of like a frico, right? That sort of same general thing where we're trying to brown this cheese, get it crispy on the outside, but keep it nice and kind of absolutely creamy on the inside as we go to roll this omelet. You see it melts down really, really well. You want to try to make sure that there's no like holes in the middle as you go to set it up, just so that way as you go to roll your omelet, just like a French omelet, it'll be one whole solid piece. Now we're going to let it start to brown. We're going to let it do its thing. It's starting to brown up a little bit over here. You can move your pan around a little bit, try to get it as even as possible, just so that way it cooks and it gets that same color all the way around. You can see how it's already starting to pull up a little bit if I roll over. You want to do it somewhat slowly, right? You don't want to do it super fast because you want all of that moisture to come out. We're going to take some of our beautiful, beautiful lobster roll filling. We're going to set it right down into that cheese. You don't need to season this. The cheese itself is salty, and then you add the mayonnaise as well that has some salt content to it, and then the lobster by nature is salty as well, right? Roll that over. Get it nice and beautiful. Make sure that all of it is cooked really well. Turn that off. And we're going to get ready to plate. So here we got a little bit of micro cilantro and some flowers as well. A lot of flowers are used in Oaxaca, right? It's a beautiful area. Very, very fertile growing. Make sure that it's completely able to slide off. Beautiful crunchy cheese, gooey inside with that lobster, the cheese as well. A little bit of micro cilantro on top, right? Doesn't need to be anything crazy. Everything that's inside is going to be what makes it absolutely delicious. Then we're going to put a little bit of these beautiful flowers on here as well. Just to add a little pop of color. It also adds a beautiful flavor. A nice floral note to the otherwise heavier cheese and lobster. Maybe a little borage flower in there as well. A little bit of these marigolds too. Beautiful. Quesillo omelet with lobster roll filling.